Welcome back, everyone. Let's finish up the flower arrangement by LEGO Botanicals. It's the set number 10345. Contains 1,161 bricks. Retails for $109.99. And the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. And this is what we've done in the last installment. This is bags 1 through 6. And so far we determined it can go up to 7 people so far. And the build's challenging, especially these purple flower. I forgot their names already. Let's see here. Hydrangeas, something like that. Yeah, and that's pretty much what we have completed with there. So bags 5 and 6 are these. And we've already determined, like, bags 1 and 2 does the vase. I think bag 3 does this, 4, 5, and 6. And it's not too bad because we can go up to 7 people so far. And that's not too bad. Well, speaking of 7, let's build it. And yeah, more pieces, more small pieces. And we got some leaf pieces here. I haven't seen these before. These must be new. And yeah, let me get this rotated so you can see more here what I'm doing. And little flowers here. I didn't take a nap, but I had to fill some nail holes in the wall. Like that was never going to end. And now we're just doing some leaf stuff. This doesn't really tell us what the leaves are, so I'm assuming it's probably for the baby's breath or just some random greenery in here, so we don't know. Obviously this is going to be for the baby's breath, so. And it's like that's what we're building. So what I'm gathering is right now, I'm going to say 8 people so far can build this, and we only need to build 1 of these. And yeah, so let's just do 1 so far. And I'm kind of tired. I really want to push this one out of here tonight just so I can get it done. Okay, and do some other stuff. And I saw a thing today on the news about real IDs, and I thought, oh, I got to get mine done. And I thought, oh, there's a deadline, and I hate going to the DMV. It's boring over there. They're rude. And yeah, so it's like, did I forget something here? Or is that, wait. You need the dark green one, not that one. Did it tell you what number did it? No, it does not. So this green one, you need the dark green one for that, which is the number 3. There we go. That looks like the picture. Kind of tired today. I did take a nap after all. Just hope I don't have to hear the neighbor's dog barking tomorrow. Would be nice. Yeah, but I was looking at for the stinking real ID, and I just thought, really? Oh, you can go to this one place and they'll do it for you. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, it's 2 counties over and it's a longer drive. I thought, well, I don't want to mess with it that much. I thought, I'm just gonna have to bellyache through it. You've ever been to a DMV before, which I'm sure most of us have, or at least some form of it. Most of the time it's nothing but fun. It's nothing but boredom. It's short of fun. It's just something that just takes forever to get done, and that's just how it is. Anything that's state or federal, it's just, they purposely drag it out. And yeah. So this right here, the leaves have been brought out in 2025. So this is very new, very new. So it says put them in the second hole, which is the one that's closest to the edge. So I think the reason why is so we can rotate them. I'm hoping I'm putting those on right. Yeah. Imagine building a whole entire tree with these. Okay. And then this one goes on here. Right between these two. Let's see if I can see it here. It's this thing right here. This stick right next to the purple pane that we had to put together. So just kind of wiggle that in there. There we go. So it's like that. Okay. Well, don't worry. We'll take a better look at that. I think what we're going to do, I don't know, I may just do a close-up on this one. And now we got to build something a little different, I think. But honestly, I never figured this would take this long to do. But these are kind of, they're not meant to do all at once. But when you're on a deadline, you have to get them done. It feels more like slave labor than anything else. But I have other sets that are supposedly coming in, but they're not as aggressive as this one. Yeah, I like these new leaf pieces. If you're building like a jungle scene, all right, and then this one here goes, oh, hold on, that thing's starting to roll all over the place. Be careful unless you're working on something that doesn't have a lip. Right here. Let me see if I can get that right there. Plug that in there real quick for you. There we go. So now I got some greenery there. See that? And of course, they got the overhead shot too. Now, all these can be built separately, so you could, I mean, let's say, you know, this was 8 and that was 9. We'll see how far we can go with this one here. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to get these other reviews done, and I'm just going to be honest. I'm getting sick of doing Lego set reviews. It's just getting to be the same old thing at this point. Just get a couple of pieces. You have to follow the instructions, and then it's like I see all these awesome parts, and I can't do anything until after I do the review. Okay. And then now we got to make, well, not the candlesticks, these. Got to make 4 of them. Dug up an outlet because I have to replace an outlet in one of the rooms here, and I just got to get that going. And I found one. I always buy extra wall outlets so I don't have to go and get them. And I have one. I just like, well, I got to shut the power off and making sure nobody else was using it. And I thought, well, it's starting to get dark now. Oh, and by the way, this is still the 29th of January 2025 when I'm filming this. So yeah. All right, and then it wants it, we'll just shove it on here first. And I think it's critical. How? Because it shows you here one-to-one how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look like that. Okay. So it looks like we're just doing a bunch of greenery right now. And I'll stick that right in there. And then now we got to populate it with a bunch of these here. I have a couple of these, but not in this earth green, I don't. Okay. All right, and that's done apparently. So this one here, now mind you, this is still the same face in the same way here, so we got to keep it the same orientation. What I'm gathering is you could rearrange these whatever you want to do. So what I'm gathering is it goes right here on this stake, right there. Yours should be tan, mine's not. And I think maybe that doesn't go like that. Let me make sure here. I guess it does. It just kind of sticks out like that. One way to do is check the, well, the book doesn't tell us. It just shows us a bunch of random flowers. And I lost the lid already. Let's see here. Okay, that is right, because it shows it right here. Ooh. Well, at least one we know. I've been bumping into this thing and nothing's fallen off yet, so that's pretty good. But we haven't done anything else, really. Oh, we got to build another one that's a little different. Yeah, I was reading about that stinking thing, and I thought, oh, I don't want to have to go to the DMV for that. When you have a vision impairment, they kind of punish you in a way. I feel like they're always punishing me there. They got to follow the rules. One time I was at the DMV, I had proof of my doctor for a vision impairment, and this guy was in there right in front of me. Had several DUIs, and he finally got his license back, and they just gave it to him. I thought, you're kidding me. And I had to go through and fight to keep mine because of something I couldn't control. And mind you, I've been driving well over 20 years, 30 years, whatever it is. I don't know. I just know one thing. I haven't been getting in any wrecks or anything bad. Follow the rules. Apparently that's not enough. That's how it works, I guess. So this is almost the same as the last one we just built. Yeah. So we haven't got to the baby's breath yet. So these will be indexed as like leaf set 1, leaf set 2, and so on and so forth. That's how I'm going to break them down. Wow. I've never seen one of those before. I've seen them where they're smaller, but man, that's pretty beefed up. That's something you'd see like on a little kitty set. And there we go. That's supposed to be like, that's what the book shows. And well, we're not ready for that yet. And this one goes right in the back here. Let's see here, making sure I got it the right position here. Right here. Make sure. Let me make sure. It shows it here, but I have this here. Oh, wait a minute. You know why? Because it goes right on that one right there. So let's just set that in there. We got to be very careful with that. We don't want that to break off. Now I'm going to have to cover the camera, so somebody will probably complain about it, but I can't do nothing about it, and I can't get this in there for some reason, so let's rotate it here. That just does not want to go in. And that's it right there. So you're just going to have to wiggle and jiggle stuff in a little bit. So now we're slowly getting this put together here. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to be doing the baby's breath. At least we got to build one of those. Yeah, I don't know how long that's going to take, but we'll get there. Yeah, I kind of sound just tired right now. I'm just hoping to get myself really tired and just sleep good tonight. Of course, we got a teenager that likes keeping everybody up, and there was a bunch of other drama that was going on with it, and I thought, yeah, ain't worth messing with it. So these go on here. But I've never seen stems that are beefed up like that. Oh, we don't put that on there yet, huh? So far it looks just like that. And then now we got to make 3 of these. Just make 3. We don't have to go crazy. But you know what? Hold on. Because you got to make more. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is I'm just going to make them all real quick for the baby's breath. Well, no, let's just stick with the book, right? Now, I'm not going to put that barbell on the bottom just yet. I'm just going to go ahead and just fabricate these. Let's see if we can keep this thing. We got baby's breath 1, baby's breath 2. And just be done with it. Okay, we got 1. Yeah, I never figured anybody really to watch these, but they do. I was looking at department stores that are, or vacant department stores for sale for our job. I was seeing if there was anything close by. We really repurpose and have a new build. And seems like you really can't find anything that's reasonable. Sometimes you could find a place in a good location, and it's just some places they don't want to sell, they want to lease. And I think, I don't want to lease, I want to buy and purchase, not just. And I don't know, it's just, you know, if you're not running a business, thank goodness you don't have to deal with all that nonsense. Lots of chores, but I was like, yeah, it's kind of just looking around for potential places to do an office building. And then after that, they go on the stem here, so that's what this is for. Okay. Pretty cool. And then, if I can grab the page, okay, this one here goes in almost in that same vicinity as that other guy. They show that set of leaves in there, but in a different spot. I honestly don't think it matters where these go, to be honest here. I think it's just meant for you to rearrange whatever you want to do with it here. Put that back there. So this goes right there. Ooh, kind of wiggly and jiggly, huh? And then we got one more here to build. And let's just do these right now. So here's the deal, 1,200 pieces. Well, it's about that. I'm just rounding it. You got a lot of medium to small. There's some large in here. It looks big. It's just, it's a flower arrangement, basically. That's what it is. So I forgot to build the other part, but that's fine. I'm just trying to get rid of all the stuff that's rolling around here right now. So I got a bunch of stuff that's just rolling around. I know I'm kind of all over the place. The other night we went out for a nice dinner and took my mom out for a dinner for once, and she actually agreed, and we went to this one place. Wasn't too bad, but it was like $20 a plate. And I thought, man, food's just getting expensive anymore. I told her, I said, this is going to be a treat here going out to, you know, like fast food is getting to be way overpriced. We went to a fast food place. It was about that, $15, $20 a person. And out here, fast food is just so expensive, it just disgusts me. So it's a good way not to eat it. I don't want to get all ranty on that, but it's like, really? So now we got to make 3 of these. So this will be baby's breath number 2. And yeah, so far it's not a bad set. I'm just, I mean, the review's not going to take that long. It's just getting to that point. When you get to these 3D type builds, you know, and I think I may just come in here and just do a close-up shot. That shouldn't take too long to do on this. Just so we can do that. But if I decide to do the close-up shot, I'll probably leave that for the main video. So if you want to really see the close-ups, you're going to have to go to the main channel for it. And this channel is starting to climb up in subs, so once I get about 10,000, I may start doing the whole works on here. Okay. And now, this booger here goes right in here. So we'll grab it back here. And it goes right on this stick right there, right on the right side of my hand. So this one just sits right in there like that. Well, we're getting somewhere, huh? We're getting really close. And this is what we have remaining for bag 7. Not too bad. What is that? We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We stopped at 7 people, so what, 7, 5, that could be up to 12 people so far. Pretty good. Okay, about an hour later, we're going to be moving on to bag 8. Ooh, and that looked pretty cool. Of course, we got more small parts. Yeah, it's I'm going to be honest, I'm starting to get a little fatigued out on this set here. And then now we're going to be building the, you think they put the label on there, but they don't. The Persian Buttercup. So that's the next one we're going to be building. We only got to build 2 of them. So that means now we're going to have to just do what we did before and start constructing a bunch of these. So here's the deal, guys and gals. Do not do what I'm doing and try to do this all in one sitting. I have to, so I have no choice. But yeah, Just because I'm just, like I said in the previous clips and installments, I'm getting tired of building sets. Like I see a bunch of cool parts and like, oh, I could use these for something. Nope, gotta wait till I'm done with the review first. And yeah, get that out of the way. If you think you were done with Technic now, I may have to stop and do the rest. I'm going to try to keep these in 2 different installments. I don't want to have to keep splitting up installment after installment because I never get done with this at all. And I thought I had all these Apple devices on mute. Somebody told on itself. And hold on, let me take care of... I'm so sick of Apple half the time. I'm trying to get into the control center to put it in airplane mode without Wi-Fi. There we go. Sometimes you think... Those things tell on themselves too. It's like, oh, we're still on. We're going to ding while you're filming. Yeah, okay, well, I'll just make sure it doesn't ding again. The mute on those things doesn't really work all that well. Oh, I see it. So we get a little variety of color in here. So I can't say the colors are kind of bland. And I've never seen that in reddish orange before. Now I have. Wow. Yeah. I am ready to build something that's other than somebody else's engineered build. I'm sure that the designers of these never intended these to be, you know, like there's a difference. Like some of my stuff is Mox quality. I would never, it's like the, like let's give an example, the Michael Myers house. That was a mock. And when I got requests for, oh, these go upside down, okay. When I got requests to make it into a building guide, sure, I'll do that. But I'm like, just remember, it's a mock. It was never meant to be built as a building guide. Well, it's a good thing because I get to rebuild it when I want to. Okay. So far, so good. Now we got to make 8. Okay. Now, one of the suggestions I would make on something like this is start pre-sorting parts. I can always use those. I don't know why I would use them for. I've never seen those in red. Headlight bricks I have. I'm looking for... Oh, it's just 1x2 plates. I also think the reason why these are kind of dull, I can't play music in here. You know, and I am putting that on backwards. Yeah. So I should have just broke this thing down into, I may end up just doing that. I don't know how much time I've spent on this, but I'm kind of just getting pooped. I always hear the questions. Oh, you're lucky you get all these sets. Yeah, well, 90% of the parts out of them I really can't use for anything else. The stuff that I build, like campers and stuff, very rare I get to use any of the parts out of this stuff. It's like this, it's got a lot of foliage parts, but could I use this for a campground or something? Maybe a garden? Probably a little bit. This is probably about 50% of this I could probably use. And I'm just trying to find, what makes it tough is we're working on the same color category. Now, I always say I like a lot of color, but right now we're just messing with red and orange, and it's just kind of you think we'd have like a little green and purple in here? No, and I'm trying not to complain because there's somebody out there. I got their bridges in a ruffle the other day about it, and it's like they were. I had one viewer though that was saying he was complaining about a 10-year-old video about, oh, you could have done this or that. Can you reshoot this scene? I'm like, dude, that's long gone. Well, don't you keep all this? You should if you're reviewing it. Well, I don't have that kind of resources to keep this stuff. You're talking lots of money and rent because I'd have to rent out a storage unit. And boy, that kind of ruffles up some feathers, but I thought, you know, that's why now I have to read. Oh, wait a minute, I got to read the disclaimer. My bad. This is just for fun. This is just a hobby of mine, not to be construed as a professional product review. I just do this merely for relaxation. There we go. I sum that up. I have to do that, guys and gals. There's always somebody out there that goes, you're being a little hard on this. Oh, man, my hands are just getting a workout. I haven't even done anything with big parts yet, except for the vase. That was probably the only thing. All right, I'm getting there. I hadn't even had dinner yet. It's like almost 7 in the evening, 7 at night. Here's the deal, and you see what I'm doing. You notice I've been kind of grouping parts. Some of this stuff is just hard to find, so I'm just trying to group it together now. And yeah, I know I forgot that one. At least we're building a duplicate of this, so you don't have to worry. Yeah, but this right here, in all fairness, though, this is meant to be built by at least 2 people. Alright, so see how I'm holding this right here? If I can get that on there right. I think that's how this goes. They don't show the other side of it, where it's like that. So I'm assuming that because right here. So now we're going to have to do that pretty much all over again. Yeah, I was going to buy some video games and yeah, they said when you get this set, you can release it right away. And I looked at it when I was initially doing the walkthrough of the set, before I even did this. I thought there is no way in Smurf that I'm going to get this thing done here, I think by February 1st or something. I thought I got a bunch of other videos. I can't just stop what I'm doing and do this. Here's the deal, and this is just how it is. I've even done that with clients. You know, back in school when you were late on an assignment, the teacher would ding you off points? Well, that's what happens here. When Lego's late, that's it. I'm not excited anymore because they want to prevent leaks. I understand that. But when the company just says, well, we're pointing the finger at everybody because we don't know which one of you is doing it. So we're going to hold off everything. Then I'll just do it whenever I get it done and send it up. See, I don't care. I'm a professional programmer, computer programmerist. And I don't even do that. And I've had clients who do that too, except at my business, you do that kind of nonsense and you're late, I'll just bill you. I've had it happen a few times where we schedule a meeting, and sometimes I understand, you know, things come up in life and stuff like that, but I'll have some clients that will just get a little, oh, I'm not going to, they won't even call me. They won't even show up. And I'm like, trying to find him. Maybe something bad happened. Oh, I forgot all about it. I slept in, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm sorry, but I've already gave up your slot. They'll get mad at me over it. And then I say, well, I can bump this guy around, but you're going to have to pay a 5% fee on top of it. Oh, never mind. And then they'll go find somebody else. So now I have it like, if you're late, you got to pay more. Not that I'm being mean, but it's like, come on now. The review on this is not going to take a long time. It's building it. This is one of those ones where the review is going to be so simple, I can breeze through it real quick. Real quick. Yeah, but I was looking at all the parts that I got for the restaurant build, and I thought I could literally start working on it. I got all this in the way. And I may never get to it. I've had somebody threaten to unsub to me. I'm like, well, then you just do what you got to do. I'm like, because I get a few more complaints, it'll go on YouTube memberships, and that'll be it. I won't even blink an eye. It'll just show a picture of it. It'll be up to you to figure it out. Alright, you can always use elements, detail. Well, yeah, but you can have too much detail, and it could be a problem. Oh yeah, I'm not reading those out loud anymore because somebody made fun of me over it. So guess what? You'll have to get a copy of the book. They call me sensitive, but that gets kind of annoying, so I try to keep these really kind of rant-free, but it's very, very hard. This is more like something you'd put together in fall. I would say that this is more of a spring, summer, fall set. I don't think it's really wintry. I mean, you could. This color would perfectly fit in there. Now, we're still working on this sub-step right now, so if you notice, I'm still haven't finished these up yet. I may break this thing down and just do this the whole night, because I got another set I want to get done, or a review. Including this one, I have 3 more reviews that I have to do, and I'm talking about reviews as in paperwork. I have to write up reports on my build and stuff. Is the set strong? Is it falling apart when I build it? Is it keeping my interest? So far, this set, it's starting to get a little repetitious. But I have to remember, though, I am building alone. I don't have a partner. I don't have a friend to help me because they all don't like this stuff. So, okay. And then now we shove this in here. And I don't think... I'm going to hold it like this, and what I'm gathering is well, this rotates, it doesn't matter. Oh, wait a minute, we're not ready for these. My bad. Okay, we got to put them on here. See, after a while, you get kind of stir crazy on this. Just trying to match it up here. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which way I need to put this thing at because it's kind of confusing. Okay, it needs to look like this. Okay. So now I just got to have it like that. And once we get one done, we can do the rest of them real quick. So this is going to be a set here that I'm going to have to... I just want to, at this point now, get it done. And it was fun when I first started, I don't know if it's because I'm fatigued out or whatever, but I'm just kind of starting to lose interest in it a little bit. See, LEGO doesn't like hearing that on their products. But I remember, like I said, this is a group build. This is meant to be built by several people, and doing it solo is kind of brutal. A buddy of mine says, "Man, if I lived closer to you, I'd help you with this." I thought, man, I wish you would. It'd be kind of cool to have somebody to talk to instead of this the usual hearing the CPU fan in the background or somebody wanting my assistance with something, and then that's how it's supposed to look like right there. So now we can do that. And what I'm gathering, and I can barely see here, is that these are kind of clipped close to the ends here. Now I'm trying to show every angle, so we don't have a lot of parts left up here. We just got to do this real quick here. Oh yeah, I was going through some old stuff and I found some 16mm film that had my dad's old football videos on from the, I think, 60s or 70s. So it's like, I need to dig out the projector and see if we can get that to work again. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, so I'm going to do it like this, and I'm just going to slowly wiggle this in right there. That's what it's supposed to look like right there. It's kind of like that. Okay, so yours should look just like that right there. Okay, now you notice how I'm not even closing it all the way, like this. So I need to get in and convert that over. I just got to get the old thing working and get the film projector to work, and then get the 4K camera pointed at the screen. That's the crude way of doing it. That's how I'm doing it anyways. And then I'm just going to play out the video. It's a silent mode. There's no sound on it, so I'm going to have to throw an audio track or something in there. Maybe use some music or something like that. Some elevator music or piano music for it. Because I want to preserve all these old films. I was telling my mom about it. I said, well, I can convert them over. I said, but if we do, I said, I don't want anybody walking in and out of that room until it's done. I said, I want to kind of keep it as dark as I can so we don't get any, artifacts. Because I don't have a machine that does it. I have to do it all, and plus it's an analog technology. I got to convert to digital, so I got to physically record it. That means I have to play the whole thing through. And that's it right there for both of these. Those are kind of pretty. Okay. And now we bring this back over here, and it looks like they go in here. Now they face outwards. So I'll have to get my hand in the way. I'm sorry. There we go. I got that one in there, and I'm going to stick this. I'm just kind of barely guiding them in and just pushing down on the shafts. I'm not pushing on there. And you can see right where that's at. And that's not too bad for bag 8, and that's what we have remaining. Alright, now we're going to move on to bag 9. Boy, that one's hopefully not really sloppy. Okay, I haven't seen these type of pieces before, but hold on, this thing's being a turd. It's not being real smurfy today. Let's see here, what are these? I have to cheat. We already did the dreaded purple thing. And the Hummingbird Flower, so that's what we're building right there. And we only got to build one, I think. Yeah, we're going to get away a little easy today. These I've never seen before. They look like shields, like some kind of head garment. All right, so let's get going here. Yeah, so I like the new parts that are in here, which is pretty cool. It's just not the colors I'd use, but then again, yeah, but speaking about those 16mm reels, I thought those were gone forever, and I thought, well, once I get that projector working, I'm going to feed that in there. They just don't have sound. That's the only problem. Let's see what my dad was like back in high school. Imagine people in my age range. We had VHS and VHS-C, Beta. What else did we have? The little what are they? 8mm cassettes. This, the Super 8 or something like that. Okay, we know we got to build 3 of these. And I remember my parents at the time didn't have a video camera for. No, they did. It wasn't for my 8th. It was for my graduation that we had the camcorder. It looks like this thing goes all the way down to the bottom, so I'm going to bottom it out right now. I'm just going to hold on to it like this and just push it down. And then we're going to stick one of the studs on here, but I remember that. I was like, okay, this is going to be a turd. This is not going to stay in very well. Yeah, these are... It's getting to be where it's just nothing but small parts at this point. You're just going to be wiggling things around, and things are going to get out of alignment. So that's what yours is supposed to look like. And now it's just kind of a sad thing, you know, because a lot of these tapes, they say they're going to deteriorate. Well, it depends on the environment that they're sitting in. Like mine are all sitting in, they're actually in this room here, in the Lego room, the workshop. Because this used to be a room that I sleep in when I had roommates. Making sure we're still recording here, and then okay, and so I just kind of kept all those. I had my videotapes back when I was a teen and stuff, my skate tapes, and I need to back those up before they're gone. I think I might have the skate tapes. I think I just one day just copied everything. And the thing about copying that stuff is that it's when you're transferring stuff from, you know, from analog to digital format, you got to physically play the whole media out, you know. It's like photo albums. You know how some of the older photos, they're starting to turn red, if you've ever seen that. Some of mine were starting to do that, so I ended up restoring those as best I could. So I did that. And now it's not too bad now. I got at least those done. Okay, okay, they go like that. Huh? Oh, they just fit on there loose? Just set them on there loose, I guess. Well, that's going to be hard. Okay, just... All right. Let's make that first. But no, I was just astounded when I found all that. I thought, oh, I'm so tired of small parts. I was astounded by... I found these reels. Now I can just back them up. I just need to get to do that. I can't because I got this turd in the way. There we go. So that's what yours is supposed to look like right there. Like that. Loose, I guess. They're supposed to fit loose. So just make these first and then slip these on here so you can have something to hurry up and clamp that down on there. Yeah, this is obviously not meant for little children. You can see I'm even fighting to get this done here. Oh, and I put them on backwards. Well, Smurf. I'd like to say some colorful language on this. All right, it fell apart. Let's make it down to a 7 because this is what I'm talking about. It's not easy to build. It's a challenge. I like a challenge, but this is like somebody just says, let's just barely tack it in and say it's done. So yeah, build those first. I'm going to say I'm bringing it down to a 7 because you're just multitasking. You got to hold all these small parts on. Praying you get them to stay on, and you got to put these on right. And just hope we can get that on there and just try to get that snugged. I don't think it's going to fit any more snug than it already is. Yeah, that's as far as it goes. So these are going to be meant to be... I can't hold on to it, sorry. That's how it's supposed to be. So I got to take this one off. See? You got to destroy it in order to get everything apart. If you make a mistake, you're in trouble. So I'm going to say that the instructions on this, I think they were just kind of rushing through it at this point. Probably the designers were even getting fed up with it and said, oh, we're just going to throw it together and let the builders figure it out. Because you notice we start off with the easy flowers. Now we're getting to this ridiculously hard stuff that we can't even put on here. Yeah, but I'm just so glad I found those home videos. You know, I can back those up and be done with it. Oh, I hope I don't have to take this apart again. Yeah. So the instructions are somewhat easy to follow now. You're just going to have to deal with it. And yeah, it's not really user-friendly. Honestly, I'm dropping a lot of these small parts. They're hard to grab a hold of. If you don't have any fingernails, if you're a dude like me and yours are short, good luck picking this stuff up. Now I see why these guys are in this hobby. Some of them have those grotesquely long fingernails. Like, they're just long. I can't pick this stuff up. Okay, I managed to get that on there. You gotta make sure those are upside down. And then now we gotta shove this in here. And make sure that's really snugged in there. And when I get this done, I gotta go check on some stuff. I kind of forgot all about that. I thought this was going to be an easy one. See, they're starting to get all flaky on me here. And yeah, this is starting to come apart. And that's what yours is supposed to look like right there. If you made it this far. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and my hands are red. Okay, so after we get done with that, we have to populate them on here. Like that. Okay. We still got parts. Did I mess something up? Did I actually supposed to make 2 of these? No, just 1. So we're going to have to do something again. If yours sounds rattly, then it's probably normal. And it goes right... Well, I'm going to have a hard time showing you, but it's this little thing back here. See, I messed it up now. This one right here. See that right there? I'll plug that in there. This thing's starting to get a lot of weight on it now. It's starting to get heavy. All right, it's going to get harder to show you. And we got to do that all over again. This time this one's a little longer. Okay. But now we know what we're in for. I think after this I may just go ahead and cook a dinner. It may take me all night to do this one whole build, but you know what? We're going to get it done today. Okay, and we need 4 of those. Those little candlesticks. We're going to bring this down here a little bit. And we got to do that whole song and dance all over again. I kid you not. So they could have just saved us steps and told us to build these and attach them here. This one might just get a failing grade after all. Not due to the repetitious steps, but just due to the way the book's laid out. But I think maybe it's just meant for... You know what, strike that. Let me redact that. You know, I've been saying it. This is meant for group building, not for a solo build. So, never mind. Strike what I said. I'm just going to build these right now. Just imagine when I started doing the build installments, it was easy, right? Well, now we're getting to this hard stuff, and it's just... I'm not going to say it's totally hard. It's just more time-consuming, and you're spending a lot of time with parts just constantly moving around. I could see why you would have to have a really good high patience threshold to do this. And that's exactly what they want to do here. And at least we're not working with solid white. Imagine if this was just white, gray, and black, I'd be bored with it. But at least the colors are still entertaining me. It's just the complexity of the build. It's just all small pieces from here on out. We still got to put all these on here, and these are hard to pick up. Unless they're upside down. This one here's not going to take too long because we already know what we need to do now. Well, we got that on backwards. Let me get that off before I mess up and have to tear it all apart. Okay, so same thing again. All right, before we do anything, put the studs on the top of these. Okay, we need to make 3 of those. And then we got to... The reason why I'm doing it, I'm skipping a step right now. This is a lot easier. Then when we're ready to put these on here, like we did with the last ones, it's easy to put these on here, and I got to remember to put the stud facing down. Okay, like this. And just wiggle that in there and just kind of get it to sit in there like that. There we go. And now we got that taken care of. I'm not going to go too perfect on this. It doesn't really matter on that. Nature's never perfect. So just set them on there and then put this upside down. See, I got this one backwards, so I got to take it apart. See, they wanted you to hold that on there and then build that and put that on there, like that was really going to keep that on there. Okay, that's kind of how bad it is. We're getting there. We got one more left to do here. As a matter of fact, I still got more flowers to build after this too. Not another whole set, just another one of these. I was not really in the mood to build anything today, really. I still got a bunch of stuff left to edit. But I'd rather build than edit videos, because you know why? I'm not staring at the computer all day. There we go. And then after that, we shove these on here. So I'm going to hold, just to remind again, hold right here. Just push this down. We're going to sandwich that together. Don't press on these. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think I want to know. So set that in there. And I'm just going to shove that shaft as far as it'll go down. Okay. Because it's supposed to go inside that little tube. And that's going to make that really strong. Like this one's really sticking out. And if they're sticking out too much, you can just shove it in there. Like that. And there you go. Okay, I wonder how bad bag 10's going to be, huh? I see it's kind of medium size, so maybe we're doing medium parts. Well, I'm going to have calluses all over my hands when I'm done. There we go. That's what yours should look like, right there. And then now it goes right on this. Let me see if I can point it here for you. Here it goes right on that stick right there. You see it? Okay, this is supposed to go right down in there. So I'm just going to have it to where it's facing towards the left-hand side and shove it in there. There we go. I mean, it looks like it's done, right? We got a hole there still. Well, we'll have to fix that here in a second. That's what we have remaining for bag 9. All right, now we're going to wrap it with bag 10. This feels pretty light, but that doesn't mean anything. And I think 10 is, what are we building again? Is the lily flower. That doesn't look too bad. How bad is that? Well, I see a steering wheel, so how much are we going to fight with that, huh? Ooh, I've never seen those leaves in that color before. Pretty good for maybe some kind of a fall plant. We got some wands in here that are green. We got plenty of them in here, actually. Okay. And then now we got to build 2 of them. At least it's 2. We're not building one that says come back. Okay, so here we go. Let's start pulling all these leaves out of here. They got the smaller ones. Never seen them in that color. And I'll put these over here. So here's the deal. When you're trying to find parts like I am, we really haven't used this. This came with it. We really ever used it, maybe once. Okay. So sort out your parts. Do it any way you want. Okay, by the time you get it sorted out, you'll find the pieces you absolutely need. So I'm just being a klutz today. So doing the review on this is going to be a piece of cake. I'll tell you what, I got an idea. This channel sees 10 million subs by the end of this video. We'll release the skate tapes. We know it ain't going to happen, so I'm not worried about it. Nah, I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want to release those. Somebody asked me, I can't remember who you were, I think it was Amy or somebody, go, why don't you release the skate tapes? Oh, I don't want to embarrass myself. Imagine me, you know, 14, 15 years old, I still sound the same. You know, maybe a little more immature, but, oh, well, I'll use that. I'll leave that very loosely because I'm still immature for my age. Alrighty, so now we gotta back butter these. So if you need green steering wheels, this set's got you covered here. Does it matter which way? It looks like they're going like that. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be critical or not. I don't really know. And then after that, now I'm going to tell you something. It's asking me to stack the plates and shove them on here. I'm going to shove them on here first and do it like that. So far we're messing with medium-sized pieces, so we're not like cringing over this. But look at all the small parts we still have up here. Some parts you can't see because I've cut it off, but I'm mostly focused on the bill. But there's a lot of small parts in this one. Okay, after you're done with that, look at your red fingers. Lily, watch out. This flower might cause a spell on you. These ones are made from Lego wands. Oh yeah, Lego wands. Okay, we'll keep those in mind. Alrighty. Lime green stems. I don't think I even have these. If I do, they're not really popular. Okay. And then now we got to make 2 of these. So remember, we're going to make 4 of them. We don't need those right now. We need these. Hey, we're slowly chipping away at the tiny little pieces. You know, I got to thinking though, I should photo when I do the tour on this. I'm wondering, or not the tour, but the thumbnail. I'm wondering if I should do a nice photo shoot for this one here. And then this sits like that. Kind of cool, huh? Remember I was talking about this in some of my other builds about Fern Canyon. It's in Northern California, I think south of Eureka. Just imagine trying to build something like that with these. Especially if you got the dinosaurs figures and stuff. You can kind of do some really creative stuff with that. And they show it right on that support bracket. So maybe you can put those on there, but I don't trust those. Last time I did something like that, they'd fall off. But I think as long as we don't wiggle it too much, I think we're fine. I don't know how critical it is, but that's kind of what they want there. I'm trying to get it in the light so you can see it. So we got to do that again here. Now, is it critical? Do we need to do it this way? I don't know. I can't really say. Now, oh, somebody did say on one of my videos I talk way too much. I think down right here somewhere there's a little thing with the speaker on it. Just click that and you don't have to hear me talk. Okay, we got to make 6 of these. I'm sorry, I don't want to make these. And you could tell some people who watch these are used to speed builds. You can tell they're little kids. If you're not, well, I'm sorry. All right, and then we're going to make, I'm going to make one of these now. So they use the little Harry Potter wands. And they shove these in here. All the way down in there. Like that. Okay. Now, I got to do that 3 times. Times 2 is 6. Whew. Yeah, put that in there. Isn't that fun? We're going to have to do this. It's not bad. It's just a lot of little parts today. Lots of little parts. Alrighty. Yeah, but how many of you guys and gals have home videos you kind of dread? My friend wants to see those skate tapes, and I'm like, I don't know. I'll think about it. But I was like, because I know I have one of them backed up on digital format. And I did find a few more cassettes. I think some of them I have them transferred over to VHS. But I've never, I just did one. I think I did one just as a test, just to kind of relive those days. And, oh yeah, I was just, yo, what's up, dude? Think we'll hit the waves today, man? Yeah. I try to shake that off. I don't need to be talking like that all the time, especially when I'm doing a business meeting and I'll just say, oh, what's up, dude? And the next thing you know, I'm like, oh, where did that come from? especially when they're, you know, business associates that are older than I am. They're not used to that street language. That's why now my generation, we're kind of more relaxed. We don't fret over things like that. You know, as long as you shake and try to do at least the eye coordinate, you know, eye contact and acknowledge them. Some people call me sir still. I'm like, knock that off. Okay. I think you're only supposed to pull one wand off and use them in there. Whoops. Well, you know what? We're not going to waste them because I'll leave those still on their thing here. All right. And then we are missing one leaf piece. Did I put it in the wrong pile? I did. That's a naughty J. Don't do that again. Okay. Yeah, my hands are getting tired. Whew, this one's just taking forever to put together, huh? Okay, I'll be done here real quick, but now let's put that last one in there. So you'll probably have extra wands in here. I think they just want you to peel off one. And then we don't know yet. So you got to make them just like that. Okay. And then now we shove them in here like a Triforce. Let me grab one of these again like this here. Just be careful with it. And they just clip onto the steering wheel. I think. Yeah, they do. I put mine on the wrong side though. Hey, at least it's something colorful. I'm not gonna I'm at least not gonna say, well, this is dark and dreary. It's really colorful. Yeah, I'm gonna pop me in a chicken dinner when I'm done. I gotta check my filler in the wall, make sure it's drying up before I start putting a pre-coat of paint on it to seal it. And I got to wire up a tableau. We got a tableau and kind of want to set that up. See how well it works. I got it working. I just want to put it more of a permanent install. And yeah. And I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. And now we're going to be moving on to the big leaves, and yeah, you'll need the rest of those wands too. All right. It's the same exact thing, but with the big leaves. Okay, let me get more comfortable here. Yeah. Who's all ready for summertime? I know you guys back east that are getting hit with the freeze and the snowstorms. I'm sure you probably are just counting down the days to summer. Well, we're counting down the days to next winter. As a matter of fact, I got a couple of chores. I need to change out a toilet. I really don't ever change those out. I don't like messing with plumbing, so I'm going to have to do that. Because we have one in here that's not working quite right, and it's starting to show its age, and it's the part of the bottom of the porcelain base is cracked, and I thought, well, I need to replace it, so we're gonna have to do that, and that's not too fun. But at least I'm not gonna hire a plumber because it's just unbolting and unscrewing, taking out the old unit, and then you got to put the new one in. You got to prepare it. You got to put the wax ring at the bottom of it. You don't get into the sewer gases. And I got the caulk. I got the plumber's tape. I got all that stuff. Some people who are just tuning in think, wait, Jay, you do all that stuff? You're a do-it-yourselfer? Yeah. I mean, I think you get all these Lego pieces. Spend it on the plumber, I won't have anything left to do. Okay, I got 3 of these done. Now we got to do the other 3. We got plenty of these little wands here. But the review on this is going to be a piece of cake. I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's just going to be on a turntable. And just going to do a 360 spin, close up, and then tour and review. So how I'm going to do it in the order that I'm going to film it would be, it'll be the tour and review, 360 spin, and the close up for this. And I think that's it for the wands. We still got a bunch left here. So if you break one, which I have never yet, knock on wood, they give you extra ones. So that's my order I'm going to be filming videos in right now. My nephew should have been home by now. Unless he stopped off at a friend's house or something. Kind of feel like a dad here in a way sometimes, except I get that whole nonsense, you're not my dad. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, no, I'm not your dad, so just do it, and he'll do it. Like, no, I'm not your dad, just do it. Why? Because you're helping me out. I said, I don't want to be here doing chores all day, and if I have help, we can get things done faster. And it just saves me a bunch of time. I got that one time. Well, you doing all that Lego stuff? I said, yeah, but I'm tied into an obligation, though. And that's what it looks like right there. Okay, well, let's start putting these on here, and then you can put these in between the small ones here. Just be careful, because some of these feel like they're ready to fall off again. So you may have to wiggle things around. Okay, let me hold this like it's supposed to be. So we got that leaf there. And then there's one right here. I'm holding my breath, praying I don't break anything. And we can just kind of fluff it up a little bit here. Like that. Looks pretty, huh? Now we got to do that again. I mean, the final result, it looks really good. It's just, it's painstakingly slow here. Okay, this one doesn't move anymore. You know what? I think it's not supposed to rest on that there. Let me move that out of the way here. Sometimes you're going to have to wiggle things around. Okay, then we can just bring these up here. Yeah, but those skate tapes, though, yeah, my hip-hop days. Especially where I'm wearing baggy jeans that were just too big for me, but that was the fad. That and the curtains here. Talking about nostalgia. Okay, we survived that. And then these go in opposing corners. Okay. And before we put those on here, this is what we have remaining. So you should have several wands in this here. Okay? Okay. Which should be the only 2 holes remaining in here. Oh, I see them. There's one right back here. Let me see if I can worm my finger in there. You can probably see it right there. That's where this goes. Okay, well, how do we do this here? I'm going to have to move some stuff around. Well, I don't know. Ooh, this is going to be tough. It's like playing the game Operation. Anybody remember playing Operation where you can't touch the sides of the thing will go and scare the living daylights out of you, the jump scare from the 70s and 80s? Yeah. All right, got one in there. Now we got a hole right here. We can put it right in there. How easy is that going to be? I don't know. And it's that thing right down in there. Now if you want, you could put this any way you want. I'm going to say it can be comfortably built by 2 people. I'm going to say 1, 2, however many you want to build it. And now it looks finished. That looks really good. And then now what I need to do is, I'm trying to get some stuff here to close. It feels like I'm holding my breath here. I'm going to change the camera angle, and that concludes the build. Discover more blooming creation tips with your LEGO Insider's account to get more things on it. That's all the parts there. So we know it comes with the brick separator, building guide, and the parts are organized. It's a group build. I lost count, but I think probably about 15 people can put this thing together. Yeah, you're going to need that much to make it not so boring. So if you're building with a partner, this should be fun. If you're building it solo, yeah, you're going to know exactly what I went through. Well, now we're obviously going to start setting up. So let me reposition the camera for this one here. I don't know, maybe we may not have to do a close-up on it here. Because it just doesn't need one right now. Okay, well, I could edit that out, but you know what? That's not how I roll here. I had somebody comment on the main channel, though, that they actually appreciate the raw and cut stuff, where I just sit down on my build, and that's what you get. Then you can never say, well, Jay lied, you know. Now you can just say, hey, you know what? Oh, that looks really good. Standing back from here, this looks really good. Look at that. It looks really good. We haven't even finished setting up the camera yet. Now, my goal here is I try to get the whole thing to fit. Now, do I need to do a close-up on this? And actually looking at this now, I don't think I really need to, do I? Bring this thing out a bit more. This ring light here is not the best. This is meant for hand cam. I thought about buying more of a bigger ring light, and they're a couple $100 for a good one. It's really super bright. This one here just works for hand cams. Alright, what I need to do, let's put this down here. Okay, I got a lot of, let me see if I can go a little closer here. I don't know. I may just still do a close-up on it. The close-up is not like I have to name rooms or anything. Alright, let's see here. Focus. I think we're not going to do a... I think we're going to do a close-up. I think that will be a warranty, because this is such a good build. It's just really good. I think more people would rather see the... let's go exposure on this here. There we go. Turn it up a little brighter. We don't want it that bright here. Sometimes I've noticed the videos could be a little bright, so I'll leave it up to the software to deal with it. There we go. And I think that looks really good. And that brick separator down there is just for establishing a shot. Now I got to get this thing here. Yes, I still have been neglecting. Oh, wow, look how bad that is. I didn't have that right in the center, huh? I still got to go check my filler in the walls and stuff. And make me a dinner. I mean, look at that. You know, I can probably bounce a little closer here. There we go. Do I need to do... Honestly, I don't even think I need to, but I think a close-up would be good on this one, because this one's just really nice, just to kind of show how it's all put together, final and stuff. And I think, honestly, we're done here with this. This looks really good, doesn't it? It's really nice, bright, and colorful for what it is. So yes, all the complaining and the calluses on my hands, it's well worth it. I think we're done here setting this up. I think we're good. So my score on this set, I'm going to say is probably a 7.5. Just the way the build is. That's the only thing is build quality. And the instructions are somewhat of a challenge to follow. It's a challenging build. I say give it a 10 for challenging. It's pretty good. But it's a collaborative build. That's what I'm kind of torn on. I'm going to say 7.5 would be my lowest. 8 probably my highest. I'm going to say 7.5. It's okay. I think it was just because some of this stuff was falling apart. I'm kind of torn though because it's a good build. It looks good. But I think this is really just meant to be built with more people. So it comes with a brick separator. Came with that no damaged parts. Ooh. My gut is telling me an 8. Because it looks really good. I think we're going to stick with an 8. So somebody wants to know how I got my score. That is how we got it. Here, let me raise this up. And let's start the formal review. Let's start with build quality for the flower arrangement. And honestly, I'd say it's an average build. Some parts of this are really sturdy, like the base, and some of the flowers. Now, these right here, be careful when you're building these because these will come off very easily. I had a hard time putting these on. And I'm trying to think of the other ones. These right here, be careful with these. I had a problem. Sometimes they'll flake apart when you're assembling them. So this is merely just meant to be a piece to be admired. And that leads to play value. There's no play value with this at all. You could probably use the base of this for something else. The set does offer a nice good selection of bricks. So you can use the pieces for other creations. I could see these being used for making forests and jungles and stuff. And you got plenty of purple butterflies. If you want to do a flower garden, there you go. So there's just lots of stuff going on here. So for my build experience, it's not bad. It's bright and colorful. The colors is what drives you into the build. You're doing a lot of bright, colorful things. The only thing is that some of the steps are getting repetitious if you're building by yourself, which is what I did here. Now, if you're building with a partner, that's pretty cool. From what I can gather, it can be from up to 15 builders. So you can build it from 1 to 15 people. Okay, because a lot of these are duplicates, and that's really good. So I'd say maybe 15 would be about right. I think I lost track after 10. I don't know. I'm just saying 15. Check the description because I'll have that listed in there. But it's nice as a group build. This is something you could spend time with a partner, or this could be a whole family project. There's just a lot of potential with a group project with this set. It's just really nice to look at. Now, honestly, this was a challenging build, so when you're going through the building guide, be sure to take your time on this. And honestly, take breaks. I regret doing that on this. I did it in 2 build installments, and it was enough for me. Even my fingers were turning bright red when I was done. Lots of medium to small pieces. Despite you see a lot of big stuff, there's also a lot of small parts in here too, just to give you the really high resolution build of the flower arrangement. It's just really cool. And honestly, though, it's a nice build to look at, but that's what it is. It's just meant to be a piece to be admired. And my final score, I was juggling around between 7.5 and an 8, but seeing that it is a group build, and this is meant to be built by multiple people, I'm going to say at an 8. I'm only dinging off really for one thing, and that's the building guide. Some parts you had to have like 2 sets of hands to help you put this together, like the little light purple flowers. I already forgot their name already. And putting these little shields on were a pain. So you had to reconfigure the instructions in your mind to put those together correctly. And these right here would flake off. And it was very painstakingly slow to put these on here without them flying off. Literally the butterflies were flying off. I've had it happen a few times. And some of the leaf pieces. But other than that, once you put it together, just look at it. Matter of fact, don't even look at it because it'll fall apart. But from what I can tell, though, I haven't had anything fall off after construction. It just looks really good. Look at those colors. They just pop right out at you. So I'm going to say just an 8 would be fine for this. This is more of a group project than anything else. And the box did say it's rated for 18 years of age and up. They weren't kidding. This is not meant for young builders by any means. So if you're going to give this as a gift to your 10 or 12-year-old, they better have a lot of patience, a lot of discipline, because even for me as an adult, I was ready to pull my hair out on putting these together and these purple flowers. That was just a pain. Dragon's breath wasn't too bad. These are not dragon's breath, baby's breath. There we go. I get that right. Not too bad. And this is the Night Rider something. But honestly, it's nice. And I could see this being placed on an end table, a coffee table, a kitchen table. You know, put that on there too. Your breakfast bar. Someplace you need a little bit of color, even a cubicle. And like this is all white. Look at this. This just adds a lot of color in here. And honestly, I'm happy with the results. I just wish the build was a little more lenient on the hands. So I wish some of this stuff was a little easier to put together. But all in all, though, I'm pretty pleased with the set and the outcome of this. I mean, look at it. It's just beautiful to look at. But I want to hear what you think on this model.